This is The Emotional Traders, where four aspiring traders talk about their emotions, the trials and tribulations, and the ups and downs of trading the forex market. Enjoy. Hello and welcome to episode 2 of The Emotional Traders. My name's Lee. Today I'm joined by Edge and delighted to be joined by Jose, who couldn't make it last week. Boys, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. Happy that the first episode nerves are out the way.
Good.
Hopefully you don't sound like a bumbling buffoon this week.
Jose, how's things for you?
Yeah, I'm pretty nervous, right? I now get Edge. What happened last week? Nerves out of the skin. Yeah, but I'm okay. All is okay.
Good. So last week, to recap for anybody tuning in, last week myself and Edge, we did the overview in terms of what we're looking to do with the podcast and a bit of an introduction to ourselves. As this is Jose's first week, Jose, I'm going to give you the stage. Give us a quick 5 minutes or so in terms of your trading journey, what's brought you to this stage, how things have been going to date, and what you're hoping to kind of, what the end goal is for you. So I'll hand over to you for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, thanks, Lee. First of all, I would like to thank you, Edge, for this idea. I mean, I think we all will benefit with this. We all struggle with emotions, and if we get into it, everything can go the best for us. And thank Lee and Nev for inviting me to this group. I mean, this is the kind of support group every trader wants to have. I mean, so about my trading journey, it all started out in 21, where I decided to buy some Bitcoin, and things went really up and then really down. And and as they went really down, I thought about, is it possible to win money when things go down? And then I learned it was possible to short, and then everything went with that. In 22, I started traded crypto futures. I met you guys. That's a very important part of 22. And then I became a millionaire because of that. Just joking. I didn't become so far. In 2023, I completely changed to grown-up stuff, forex, commodities, etc. And I found out about prop firms, and then it's still where I'm at, trying to get funded. I didn't even begin to think how this would turn out. This is an emotional roller coaster. It's I mean, it's a journey of self-improvement, self-awareness. We're building discipline, resilience. I think in the end of the day, we all get to be a better person with this experience. People from outside don't understand this, but I mean, I think all traders get this. So going to the future, I would very much like to become funded, and if it's possible, make this my life. I have other plans, but trading will be a key part of it, I think. And I'm struggling, but my why is very big, and I think that's something that's very important. And I mean, I'm all for the learning.
So on the emotional and mindset stuff, then, so you said you started with the crypto, which me and Edge did as well. I'm sure Nev, that was Nev's intro to the ever-ending rabbit hole that we went down.
Yeah.
How have you? So you as kind of a trader now, how have you kind of, since the early days of joining crypto, and even when we all met up in 2022, how have you changed? And I don't mean just trading style, but use a kind of a trader discipline rule set. How's that matured over time?
I mean, when I started out with crypto, I thought I was making generational money by just holding.
We all did, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but then I found out the key to this is being consistent, to have a plan, to develop a routine, a fixed routine that we can improve over time. It's very, very different. I was acting on impulse all the time. Sometimes I also act nowadays, but I'm getting through that. But it's completely different. We have an agenda. We look at events. We make a plan. So it's something more consistent. It's like it's completely different.
Brilliant.
I don't know
Okay.
if I answered what.
No, you
what
did.
expected.
Absolutely. No,
Yeah.
that was spot on. Yeah, super. Okay.
Nice.
So, I mean, I recapped last week. I was off non-trading for a period of time. So last week was NFP week for me. So I don't trade Monday, Tuesdays, with big news being Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I decided to take the week off, and I'm delighted to say big achievement. I spent that was my first whole week of not trading by choice. It was really good. I didn't trade this week as well, so I've not traded Monday or Tuesday, and I'm back today. So for me, it's been a pretty non-eventful, no real ups or downs, apart from just trying to be disciplined and keep that, sticking to the rules and what I set out. Edge, how's it been for you since we did the last recording?
Good. Well, sort of good. Haven't traded on the funded account since I said I wasn't going to. So that's still waiting for the payout, which is
Well done.
good.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that was a big thing, just because I got too greedy with my last funded account, and just was doing stupid trades just because the money was kind of big. But this time, trying not to do that, and haven't done that. But with the challenges, I've been a bit rash, but they're challenges. So for me, they're not too important because I'm kind of playing with the house's money kind of thing.
I was going to say that because your style of trading is different for challenging funded, isn't it? You are more rash with challenges, but you're happy to take that risk on.
Yeah. So essentially, I don't obviously risk more than the payout that I have got coming in. But then with the challenges, I don't mind risking 2, 3, 4% just to try get them passed because I've done all of my back testing and I know that what my kind of win rate is and all of that stuff. I'm kind of just playing the odds with that because I've got a 50% win rate. So essentially, for me, the challenges are either pass or don't, rather than kind of playing the slow, long game, which is what I originally did with my kind of first challenges. And then obviously with funded, I never do anything like that.
Jose, I'm going to kind of come to you and interrupt Edge for a second. So, Edge, you mentioned kind of, in fact, you don't want the challenge running for too long. Is that right, Edge? You kind of want to get it in quick, get it done or dusted. Either win it or lose it. Just get it done quickly.
Yeah. So essentially, my kind of rules for the challenge is that I pass it or I don't. So it's that I'm kind of playing the odds with the challenge, like with the challenges as a whole, rather than within the challenges.
Yeah, and personally, I think there's a big thing for mindset and emotion for challenges, especially I know for me personally, the longer I'm stuck in that phase one world, the worse I get. I think over time, because I become just you either in drawdown for too long or you get sick of trying to trade the same challenge. But Jose, and I hate to be in this spot and I hate to laugh about it, Jose, but you had a challenge. What's the longest challenge you've been running? Because it was a long time.
I mean, I deserve a prize, right? To the guy that trades a challenge the most. I mean, my first challenge started in the beginning of 2023, it lasted till September, and I did like I don't know 400 trades. I laugh, but this is nervous laugh. And I mean, then I started off another challenge in September, and it lasted till the past January, and I did like 100 trades, and it's not very good. I mean, what you said is real. When you get to the red part and you reduce risk and you begin that slow bleed down, it really gets to you. You start questioning whether you're able to trade, whether you are doing the right thing. You start your day planning, and then you see that red stuff. On top of that, you also have like 8% more till you pass phase 1, and you're stuck with 0.5% risk or 1%. And I thought about this, and I really think this is the way to go. I've looked online about it, and several people has the same opinion as Edge. You need to risk up, so you don't get stuck in that challenge mindset. The goal is to pass it, and pass it quickly, or dust it. I don't know. I think so far I've been trying to avoid the loss of losing a challenge, but I know that's not the way to go. I mean, I decided this challenge I will risk only 1% until the end. So we'll see what will happen. But maybe next one I will risk up if I know. If I run the numbers and I reach the conclusion that Edge reached, like I have 50% probability of winning a trade, so I'm going to risk this. And I know that half of my challenges are going to get dusted, but we only need one challenge to go through to make it all worth it. Yeah, but I'm in this process. Yes.
And I think you made a really good point, actually, Jose. So I always found when I started in the challenge world, it was, the goal is to pass. But eventually that shifts to my goal is not to lose the challenge, which is wrong.
Yeah.
If you lose a challenge, so what? You in the end of the day, it's monopoly house money.
Yeah.
So it's not about not passing the challenge. It's more about it's not about failing the challenge, but passing the challenge. So you do get stuck in this mindset of fear of, well, if I take this trade, it's going to put me into too much drawdown. If I take this trade, it's going to make me lose the challenge. So what? It's the mindset that I'm now trying to adopt in terms of, well, if I lose the challenge, okay, I'll start a new challenge. Whereas when you have that fear in the back of your mind, for me personally, I always started to trade worse. Sorry, John, you go.
No, I was just going to say that the prop firms are very clever at what they do, kind of thing, because they make it seem like it's kind of the be all and end all of your trading. If you can't pass this phase 1, or well, phase 2, if you can't pass this challenge, and then you're not going to get funded and you're not going to make money, and that's within each challenge. And it's just such a different mindset from kind of, I'm speaking from kind of experience here, is that a challenge is completely not how I trade the funded account at all. Like, they're completely separate trading styles, I think, because you haven't got the target of the 8% to push you there. You haven't got with a challenge, if you go, say, minus 3% in drawdown, you've got 11% to get. Whereas with the funded, you've got 3% to get.
Yeah, and that's a big shout, actually. That's a huge difference.
Yeah, it's completely different, and you can take as long as you want with the, I mean, you could with a challenge as well, but with your funded accounts, you could kind of take it all the way back, because the goal of a funded account is to not fail, whereas the goal of a challenge is to pass.
Yep.
Like you said, and it is such a different mindset and emotional thing, because you could even with a funded account just risk 0.1%, and then once you've had one trade, once you're in profit at all, you're done.
Yeah,
you've made money. Whereas with the challenge, you could be stuck on 2, 3, 4% for ages, and then go into a bit of a drawdown, like a bit of a bad run, and then go back to zero, and then you're like, oh Jesus, what's it's all been for?
Yep.
Kind of thing. So
Story of my life.
Yeah, it's such a shift and a clever kind of formula from the prop firms, I think.
Yeah, because that way they've got you spending the money in the firms, on the firms, on the challenges.
Yeah.
So Jose, is that realization helped you?
I mean,
or are you still in the same boat?
I mean, I think it helped me. I now always risk the same. So when I'm in drawdown, I don't risk less, and I already started to feel some differences. In this current challenge, I went negative, and then I put a winner trade and I went back to positive. I was like, oh, this is easier this way. But then I went back to red, and I'm still in red. But the important stuff is that I feel I can recover faster. And I mean, it's what it is.
Yeah.
I know this is an important part of the issue. I mean, I bought 2 challenges almost a year ago. I'm trading one of them. I mean, 1 year to bleed only 2 challenges. That was not at all what I was expecting. When I started off in 23 with these challenges, I said I want to fail 1 challenge a month, and then I got stuck. Yeah, that's the reality. And this fear of losing the challenge, because losing it, when I lost my first challenge, it was kind of a liberating feeling. I was like, oh, I lost this challenge. I'm going to start over, and it's not so bad. I mean, it's part of the process. Why did I fear so much losing a challenge? And I know it's not about the money. I mean the smaller challenges that when I got for like 20 or 30 bucks, so it's not gonna make me eat different. But it is what it is. It's all psychological.
Yeah.
We are always questioning if, at least me, can I really do this? Am I really going to pull this off? I mean, I know that I overthink stuff, but it is what it is. It's a process.
Yeah, and I think the important thing there is it's fine to lose a challenge. Like there's no real negative other than the kind of the money that you've bought the account with.
Yeah.
That's the only negative that it is. But other than that, it doesn't really mean anything. From my point of view, but
it often doesn't feel like that, does it?
No, exactly. You're
especially when you start out. Yeah.
But it's not. It's really not an issue. Like, who cares? Who cares if you fail a challenge? If you can buy the money, if you can lose the money, that's fine. Kind of thing. It's essentially like, I don't know, just going out for a meal one day, right? And just that's it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's not about the money. It's about the losing. It's losing the challenge. When you start off a challenge, you have all these thoughts. Yeah, I'm going to do this and that, and when I reach to 2%, I'm going to raise the risk, and then you start to bleed, and then you start to see that goal getting away from you, and you see a movement. Oh my god, I'm getting all this price action. I'm gonna risk here, and then you lose that one. Oh, after all, I don't understand this. I'm gonna counter trade, and then you lose again. Oh my god, what have I done?
Yeah, it's
I
just,
mean,
that's how
it's
everyone kind of is to start off with, isn't it? It's that you're so emotionally led that when you lose, you kind of take it personally,
You do.
and then like it's such a kind of cliched thing to say, but the best losers are the most profitable. Right? If you can take a loss and just take it on the chin and just kind of completely forget about it,
mhm.
you're going to be such a better trader for it than if you think, oh well, I've done something wrong here. Like I thought the price was going to go up here, but it went down, which means that something is wrong in my analysis. It's not. Like like I said earlier, I've got a 50% win rate, so 50% of my trades are losers.
Yep.
So you've got to take the good with the bad, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Mark Douglas say, you have to accept the probability of each trade. It's an independent event. I mean, it's kind of easy to understand the concept, but man, the subconscious plays a big role in this. But yeah, we have a clear edge with clear rules. We just have to follow them to respect our win rate, and we know we can take 2, 3, 4 bad trades. But I mean, it's how a flip of a coin works. Sometimes you have that streak, but you have to stick to the process, stick to the routine, and then overall you will be a winner. This is all very easy to understand as a concept, but man, to live it, it's another it's another game. And I know you guys know this. I know everyone that has traded for a while knows this. But yeah, it's kind of a mind shift. I know. I know Edge since 22, and the way he talks about this, the way he looks at this game, I mean, it's completely different. We can see a mind shift, and I already see that in Lee too. Yeah, I hope I get there.
100% you will as well. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. That was really good discussion, actually. Jose, so Ed, you kind of summarised, you and me have summarised our week last week. Jose, how was your week last week?
Okay, last week I only took 2 trades. The first one was a winner, and I was very happy and pleased to get back to positive. But then I know I had the week planned out. I knew there was big events coming up. One of them was FOMC meetings in the end of our trading day, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to trade this day. Maybe London, but sure not New York, because I know price starts to be rational at that time. And then I was watching price action. I saw a movement. I look at my P&L. I was positive, and then I thought about, what if this goes through? The last movement I predicted, or I made an analysis, went through, and I wasn't trading. Maybe I should trade, and then I took a trade, almost market entered, outside of a kill zone. That is something I don't like to do. almost in New York lunch. So I disrespected almost all my rules because I believed I was catching a move, and I didn't. Yes, and that was especially painful because I didn't follow my rules, and I went into, let's call it, a FOMO state. Then we talked about it. The first thing Lee said is, "Wait, you entered in a time you didn't want to enter, in a way you didn't want to. Why did you do that?" And I was like, "Yeah, what have I done?" It was just one trade. It's not like I lost my trading career, but that was especially painful because of this.
It's funny that, because for me, when you kind of posted, "Yeah, I'm taking this trade and this is what it is and this is the time," for me it was like it was so obvious. It's like, what's Jose doing? Like this completely goes against his rules and what he said to do. So I had to call you out straight away, thinking, Jose, what are you doing? But the interesting thing is, for you personally, in that moment, you were like, "Yeah, I'm taking the trade. Like it's trade's good to go. I'm going to take it." Whereas as an outsider watching, you was thinking, "What the fuck is he doing?" He's like,
yeah, it wasn't supposed to go that way. And then a lot of feelings came through. I mean, we're emotional traders, aren't we? And then I'm first I thought, oh my god, I was stupid. What am I doing? I will never pull this off. I'm back to negative again. Come on, what are you doing with this? And first thing I did was shut everything down. Went to my actual work, and then I started thinking, oh, yeah, you got to fight this. Okay, let's think this through. And then I opened my journal. I looked at it and I was like, oh, I have to prevent this from happening. I'm going to develop this and that. Okay, I now have to put a color in my calendar to see if I behave, and if I see a lot of green days, I will I will be motivated to have more green days. I decided to create a written schedule, so I will keep it. After all, it was a bad experience that I tried to turn into a positive one.
Good. Okay. So as of recording, this is the 7th of Feb. You guys got what's the plans for this week? Then he's comfortable. You got your plan. He's sticking to it. How does this thing look? Edge will come to you.
Essentially, probably not really trading too much. Like I said, I've got the payout coming on Friday, so avoiding that at all costs. I do not want to trade on that account. Might get another challenge, but it depends on what I see in the markets. Nothing high probable though at the minute. So
okay. Jose?
So Lee, you're trading live right now?
I am.
Oh my god, you're in a position.
I'm waiting to get in a position. And I think it's going without me, unfortunately. I've got a limit set. I set a limit just as if we started recording, but it's not gonna. I'm not getting. Excuse me, I'm not going to get tagged in, unfortunately.
Oh my god. Okay. My week, I have the schedule, and I will keep to it. If I see a movement, I will execute. I mean, I'm only in the challenge, so I'm gonna trade it, and hopefully I'm gonna follow all my rules this time. And yeah,
good.
How are you feeling, Lee? Because this is your first day trading since a week and a half, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm actually all right. I was I started. So I've not looked at the charts at all. Pretty much all last week. I avoided them, so there was no FOMO. So yesterday was the first day I probably sat down and started to chart things and map things out. Took 2 paper trades yesterday. just kind of I say paper, very loosely said I think this is what was going to happen, and they played out. So yeah, yeah, I was a little bit. I wouldn't know if nervous is the right word, but when I set the limit this morning, I thought, should I wait to New York? But nah, the setup was there, so I've set the limit. So I'm not going to get tagged in, unfortunately. So I think today London will be over for me. I think I'm going to have to now wait for New York. Yeah, good. I feel good. I feel good to be back. To be honest, I've missed it.
Nice.
I thought I'd be more nervous, but I'm not.
Yeah, I thought you'd be pretty nervous as well, because essentially the last couple of weeks you've gone from trading about 1,000 trades a day to not trading at all.
Yep.
So
yeah, I mean, Edge has been kind of coach. He knows as well. Last week he made a description of all us. I was quite impressed.
Yeah, it was pretty. I don't know. It was pretty brutal, I think.
I like it.
Essentially,
I've been expecting less from you, to be honest.
Well,
yeah. Edge is not. Edge is I know deep down he's a soft guy. I know.
Yeah, I say it how I see it though. That's my thing, whether it's good or bad.
Of course. Yeah.
Which actually works for us, and we talked last week in terms of why this little four group works, our little mastermind, because we are kind of brutal at times with one another, but you need that as a support group.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Okay, so that's just at the half hour mark. Edge, I'm going to pass to you to give me the socials. I'll put you in the spot again. Do you need me to bide some time? I'll take that as a yes. So, for those of you joining back in this week, thank you for returning for episode 2. If this is your first episode, welcome. We are the Emotional Traders. There's 4 lads getting together. We're what we call a mastermind. This is our support group for one another. We keep each other on our toes. We're all in different stages of our journey, which is fantastic. Edge is kind of leading the way. He's the trailblazer right now, being funded. Me and Jose are still kind of catch that elusive funded account, but we're getting there. And hopefully next week, Nev will be able to join us, and we can give an overview in terms of who Nev is and what's he doing, so you guys can learn a bit more about him as well. So, Edge, socials.
Yep.
What have we got?
So, Twitter, we are at Emotion Traders. And then we've also started uploading these to YouTube as well, thanks to Nev, and that is at the Emotional Traders. I guess we've also got the Spotify as well, but you're probably listening to this on Spotify. You're listening to it, so I don't actually know what that is. I guess just the Emotional Traders as well.
So, any questions or things you want to hit us up, drop us a DM on Twitter. We'll pick it up that way. We'll put an RSS link, feed link out on the Twitter. Everything is kind of all the comms have gone out through Twitter, through X, and we do have a YouTube channel. So hit the likes, hit the subscribes, and hope you enjoyed the show. Anything else, guys, before we wrap up?
Nope, just stick to your rules.
Yes.
Have a good week.
Super.
Yeah. Have a good
Thanks,
week,
guys. Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Perfect. See you.
Cheers.
See you. Cheers.